So, Wall Street started the week with a bang, and honestly, it felt like the market just wanted to shake off all that recent gloom. Hey everyone, it's Tuesday morning, October 21st, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Sella, here to break down yesterday's market action in just 2 minutes. Quick note before we dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital Asset Management Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. Alright, let's get started. The Dow jumped more than 1.1%, or about 500 points, while the Standard & Poor's 500 gained almost the same. The Nasdaq climbed 1.4%, led by a record-breaking run from Apple, as demand for the iPhone 17 keeps smashing expectations. Now, the big story this week is earnings, and investors are clearly choosing to focus on that rather than the long list of worries hanging over the market. We're heading into one of the busiest stretches of the season, with reports from Tesla, Intel, Netflix, and Coca-Cola all on deck. Later on Monday, everyone was watching Zions Bancorp, the regional bank that spooked investors last week after disclosing bad loans linked to fraud. People want to see whether that's a one-off issue or a red flag for broader credit quality. Meanwhile, there's a bit of calm on the trade front. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said U.S.-China relations have de-escalated, and that talks are resuming this week in Malaysia. Even President Trump sounded more conciliatory, saying that tariffs might not actually go up on November 1st, and that the focus is now on rare earths, fentanyl, and soybeans. On the political side, the government shutdown rolled into its third week, with no deal in sight between Democrats and Republicans. Economists warn that a prolonged standoff could hit short-term GDP, though most believe the impact will fade once things reopen. And speaking of delays, key inflation data that was postponed last week is now set to drop on Friday. The Consumer Price Index for September. That report could be a major driver for the Federal Reserve's next rate decision, especially since we're heading into their pre-meeting quiet period. Oh, and in tech news, Amazon's cloud arm, AWS, had a massive outage that temporarily took down everything from Robinhood to Reddit, and even some airline sites. Things are mostly back online, but it was a reminder of just how much of the internet runs on Amazon's servers. So yeah, between earnings, tariffs, and data delays, it's shaping up to be one of those weeks where everything's happening at once. Alright, that wraps up today's Capital Markets Quickie. Join me again tomorrow morning for more market updates. See you then.